Thanks, everyone, and I hope everyone can go into today with as much energy that performance and that interaction started us off with yesterday. Okay. Let me just tell you about Global Peatlands Initiative, our implementation modality. We do everything through South-South and triangular collaboration. Why? When this portfolio landed on my desk, I would say, how can we do this? This is urgent, it's important. There's a handful of partners that have been raising their alarm, but not many people in the world know. And there were pockets of deep knowledge scattered. So I said urgent action is needed. There was absolutely bare bones enabling environment. It was completely absent. Consolidated science was absent. Collaboration was sparse and indeed deep and based on personal relationships, but scattered around the world. And peatlands were invisible. We needed something fast. And in my experience, peer-to-peer learning is one of the most powerful tools we have at our hands. Minister to minister around a table. Scientist to scientist sitting together and thrashing out what the difference is in their approaches, in their understanding, in their modeling. And practitioner to practitioner, learning from the UK to Chile, learning from Indonesia to the Congo, what to do, what not to do. And that's exactly why UNEP has chosen to deliver this Global Peatlands Initiative partnership through South-South and triangular collaboration. And I think we've seen some of those fast wins. The Brazzaville Declaration on peatlands, the establishment of the International Tropical Peatland Centre, the, let me just take you to the next, collaboration from Indonesia to South Africa on firefighting, Three Horizons approach, what is the future countries want, that workshop together in Indonesia at the ITPC. How do we get there together? How do we take our separate pathways to reach the same end goal? Chile to Scotland, an MOU of exchange and collaboration. These, from the global perspective, are really important points of exchange, and they're not haphazard. They're not because someone went on a field trip with someone and someone sat in a room with someone or read an article with someone. These are deliberate. And in my privileged position of being, and UNEP and the team, being in this privileged position of looking at things at the global level, we're able to point to opportunities of exchange. And that is what we've done. Of course, our Global Peatlands Initiative meetings, the GPI4 in Indonesia, put South-South collaboration on the map with our hashtag Peatlands Matter, thanks also to the minds and mastery of colleagues at C4 to put that on the map and invite people to come together. At the GPI2, we saw the Congos come together, but we also saw scientists started to rally around the Congo Basin. Instead of isolated individual projects and programs, we started to crowdsource that knowledge and train, build capacities of individuals. And one very remarkable and notable thing was our work with Japan. It's been a little bit quiet, but if you're not aware, Japan has been offering their technical support and filling our blind spots. Peatland mapping in the Okavango Delta, peatland mapping in the highlands of Peru, purposefully overlaying and mapping the Congo peatlands so that we can build these layers of knowledge and blend the science together. So these South-South and triangular collaborations are not done haphazardly. They're built with impact and purpose. And they allow us to advance the science, accelerate ambition. DRC inspired Germany to establish the peatland unit. And these exchanges are really important. So I think the more that you can share what you're doing, the more that we can help you identify someone that can learn from you. And the more that you share what you're lacking, the more we can identify those that have those knowledge places or have overcome some of the challenges. And we've won awards through this approach, not only from UNEP itself, our entire portfolio. There were three programs selected across the entire UN system. There were a handful of programs selected for this honor, and also GIZ also highlighted us as the practice. And that's all of us. That's everyone in the room, everyone that offers to have the conversation, not just the team that delivers you the opportunities, but all of you that participate. So I want to just say that what we're going to hear is incredible advancements, fast-paced decisions, and incredible collaboration. When we get this groundswell of knowing on peatlands, we all get more opportunities, and we can actually have more and more work. I know for many of our organizations, it's been overwhelming. They maybe don't have the capacity, but we can crowdsource that capacity. So do please reach out, and join hands across the partnership to really make this acceleration possible. Thanks very much.
Next up is Agus Justianto from the ITPC Secretariat. I wanted to ask also the other speakers to come, Narcisse, except if you're busy, but just so that we're not alone in the front, all the speakers to come. Yes? Or if you prefer to stay at your seats, you can, okay. All right.
Thank you, Julie. Very good morning, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to present Indonesia's experience in promoting sustainable management. Sorry. Yes. In promoting sustainable management of tropical peatland through the work of the International Tropical Peatland Centre, or ITPC. Where is it? Sorry.
To go forward, you use this button, but if you want, I can take it and you can next. So basically here, you need to click and it's the big one.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, to better understand the role of the ITPC, it is important to briefly look at its history and the international momentum that led to its establishment. The history of ITPC reflects a transition from National Peatland Initiative toward a broader international partnerships. Yeah, it started with the Brazzaville Declaration. In the Brazzaville Declaration, one of the mandate is to build or establish the ITPC. That is in the 23rd March 2018. And then we preparing the committee to establish the ITPC in Indonesia. In the 30th October 2018, we have launched of ITPC and joint declaration of the ministries responsible for environmental, that is from Republic of Indonesia, Republic of the Congo, and Democratic Republic of the Congo, or RDC. And under the UNEP resolution, we also, especially Indonesia, is one of the parties who proposed the resolution. In the 5th July 2021, during the G21 partners meeting, the Peru declared the commitment to join the ITPC initiative to promote and restore peatlands. The ITPC's main objective is to ensure that policymakers, practitioners, and communities can access sound, credible, and legitimate information, analysis, and all other tools needed to design and implement conservation and sustainable management of tropical peatland forests. After understanding the history of the International Tropical Peatland Centre, the next question is, what is the role of the ITPC today? At its core, ITPC serves as a platform that connects science, policy, and practice to support the sustainable management of tropical peatland forests. The vision of ITPC can be summarized through 4 main functions. That is, become a center of excellence for tropical peatland forest research to support policy development, and then to serve as a go-to space for South-South cooperation to support the dissemination of strategies and practices for tropical peatland forest management, and then to conduct and disseminate scientific research on tropical peatland forest management for sustainable development, and provide capacity building and technical services. By connecting knowledge and research to people, ITPC helps strengthen international cooperation, improve policy development, build technical capacity, and support sustainable management of tropical peatland forests. As a growing global network, ITPC inviting knowledge or data providers to submit their work and make it available to the public under agreed data sharing protocols. By connecting expert governments, research institutions, and development partners, ITPC help transform scientific knowledge into practical solutions and policy actions. This is where ITPC steps in supporting decision-making processes through evidence-based knowledge, and then promoting the sustainable management and conservation of tropical peatland forests, and then strengthening collaboration among countries with significant tropical peatland forest resources. ITPC have involved in many major international forums. In May or September 2019, ITPC involved in the 14th UN Forum on Forest in New York, UN Climate Week in New York, and Global Landscape Forum in New York. And then in December 2018 and June 2020, ITPC involved in the high-level forum in the Global Landscape Forum in Bonn and Digital Summit. And then in May 2019, we involved the peat expert monitoring workshop in Rome. And then we also involved in the 25 IUFRO World Congress in Curitiba. And then we involved in the several COP, for example, in Madrid COP25 UNFCCC, and then COP26 UNFCCC in Glasgow. And then we also involved in the Global Landscape Forum in Kyoto in May 2019. And also we involved in the Asia Pacific Forestry Forum in Incheon and also Shell. And we also involved in the International Peatland Congress in August 2024 in Taizhou. We have a plan, we have an activities plan that is hosted and participated in international forums, and then strengthen regional South-South and private sector cooperation. We also develop scientific cooperation and exchange, and then capacity building, and empowering the ITPC knowledge platform. As the way forward, we are arranging international and national programs and work plans, including workshops, capacity building activities, knowledge exchange, policy engagement, comparative studies, and other relevant initiatives. ITPC is also offering opportunities for collaboration and support from stakeholders at international, regional, and national levels to advance the conservation and sustainable management of tropical peatland forests. ITPC is building and strengthening cooperation to enhance tropical peatland forest governance and promote international collaboration. And of course, ITPC will get support from the tropical forest peatland countries and key partners to revitalize ITPC's role and function, and of course to accelerate progress toward the conservation and sustainable management of tropical peatland forests. I thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much. You are next, Bambang Supriyanto from the government of Indonesia.
Okay, good morning. My name is Bambang Supriyanto. I'm actually the Vice Chairman of the ITPC Secretariat of Indonesia, and allow me to present the Indonesian lesson today to all of you, especially based on our peatland experiences, reflect our shared commitment, of course. And then let me continue with our key finding and also a progress. Next, please. This slide highlights the institutional transformation in Indonesia peatland governance and management framework. As a stated starting point, Indonesia has approximately 24.6 million hectares of the peat hydrological unit, which serve as the primary landscape unit for the peatland management and restoration under 3R principle, rewetting, and then revegetation, and also the economic utilization. A significant institutional change occurred in the year of 2024 when the former Ministry of Environment and Forestry was reorganized because of the political situation into separate ministries, the Ministry of Forestry and the Ministry of Environment. And the Mangrove and also Peatland Restoration Agency was suspended. Ministry of Forestry established peatland management ad hoc team in collaboration with the ad hoc team of Follow Netting 2030 with 4 main tasks. The first is about conservation and protection for the peatland, and the second, wise use of peatland under consensus and also community-based peatland. And the third, this is also very important, about the restoration and rehabilitation of the degraded peatland. And the fourth, this is a strengthening of the capacity and also the networking. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the approximately 16.3.6 million hectares of the peatland located within a forest area fall under the authority of the Ministry of Forestry. Meanwhile, approximately 8.31 million hectares, this is under the Ministry of Environment. Next, please. Indonesia has established a comprehensive set of regulations that provide the legal basis of the protecting, managing, restoring, and also sustainably utilizing a peatland ecosystem. This framework consists of 2 levels. The main regulatory framework, that is a government regulation, and also the technical regulations, ministry regulation that guide for the implementation in the field. Next, please. Indonesia has introduced several strategic policy aimed at reducing deforestation, protecting peatland, and supporting climate change mitigation. All of these efforts contribute to achieving Indonesia Follow Netting 2030 target, where the forestry and other land use sector is expected to become a net carbon sink. I'm going to update you related for this implementation, especially for the ITPC Indonesia, now has a MOU with the Indonesian concession right holder, which consists of more than 600 concessions, and some of them have a location or area in the peatland area. The main principle of the management of the concession over there, of course, with the multiple business principle, with the restoration of the ecosystem as a main business, and carbon C as a part of the investment for restoration in the future. And then the last update also, Indonesia is a part of the SAGU project. This is also GPI project with the C4, of course. SAGU project mean for the sustainable peatland management and governance under GPI program with Indonesia, Malaysia, and Papua New Guinea. And we, of course, protect the peatland in Borneo and also New Guinea. And this project involves Wetland Indonesia and also the Kemitraan, a national-based NGO, as implementing partner. Ladies and gentlemen, the peatland management cannot be addressed by a single institution, sector alone. It requires coordination among environmental, forestry, agriculture, economic, and also regional development. The national level, government institution establish policies, standard, and strategic directions for the ecosystem protection and management. At the regional level, provincial and district environmental responsible for the economic-based planning, evidence-based decision-making, and also the implementation of the restoration and management activities. Next, please. Ladies and gentlemen, for the strong legal and institutional framework at the village are equally important because the local communities are the primary actors in managing of the landscape of the peatland on daily basis. The product we can see over here, the MOU of the collaboration and also the village regulation, and the product is more than 520 product. Next, please. Sustainable conservation also require public awareness and environmental stewardship, which can be developed through formal education. At least two provinces, Jambi and also Rio, and one district in Kuburaya, already signed off the decree about the curriculum of the peatland management and also the local wisdom in protecting of the peatland Indonesia. This is very important to be said in terms of sustainability at district or at provincial level. In conclusion, Indonesia lesson is very clear. When the science, policy, and restoration, monitoring and evaluation, communities and education unite, of course, peatland will be a thrive. This integrated action protect our ecosystem, fight to the climate change, and also bring us closer to the target of Indonesian volume netting 2030. That is our path to a sustainable future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Bambang. Next up, Narcisse. Cette fois, vous allez devoir venir sur scène. Je suis désolée. Vous voulez, je vois que vous êtes encore occupé. C'est à vous, Narcisse Ofoulou. Merci.
On va voir par le début. Merci. J'avance, c'est ça. Merci. Bonjour chers tous. Donc, je vais procéder donc à la présentation de la République du Congo. Notre présentation s'intitule « Engagement politique et protocole d'accord République du Congo, Indonésie ». Je suis Narcisse Ofoulou, directeur de l'écologie et des ressources naturelles et point focal tourbière. Alors, notre présentation est axée sur deux grands points et chacun a des sous-points. Donc, le premier point concerne l'engagement politique. L'engagement politique de la République du Congo sur la protection des tourbières, avec comme pour sous-point les orientations sur la préservation des écosystèmes et la lutte contre le changement climatique, et puis le progrès réalisé sur la gestion durable des tourbières. Le deuxième point, c'est la déclaration de Brazzaville et coopération sud-sud sur la protection des tourbières. Et là, donc, on a deux sous-points concernant le rappel sur la troisième rencontre des partenaires de l'initiative mondiale des tourbières et les engagements de la déclaration de Brazzaville, et puis le protocole d'accord entre la République du Congo et l'Indonésie. Alors, je ne vais pas épiloguer sur l'introduction, j'ai juste parlé du Congo et sa situation, ainsi que les tourbières. Les chiffres sont connus, et parce que le Congo qui abrite les tourbières du bassin du Congo, de la cuvette centrale du bassin du Congo, en partage avec la RDC. La superficie est ce que nous avons présenté, et puis le Congo représente, les tourbières du Congo représentent un tiers de cette superficie qui est globalement 165 500 km², avec une capacité de stockage de plus de 30 milliards de tonnes de carbone en République du Congo. Nous avons donc les tourbières qui s'étendent sur 55 072 km² et avec une capacité de stockage de carbone de 9 milliards de tonnes. Alors, donc, c'est ce qui fait qu'il faudra qu'on prenne des mesures pour protéger durablement ces tourbières. Et notamment en ce qui concerne donc l'engagement politique de la République du Congo sur la protection des tourbières, eh bien, je vais commencer par les orientations sur la préservation des écosystèmes et la lutte contre le changement climatique. Alors donc, cette problématique, la problématique de préservation des écosystèmes dont les tourbières demeurent au cœur des préoccupations des autorités congolaises, ça fait l'objet d'un des axes de politique du président, donc du gouvernement, et donc j'ai cité l'intitulé. Alors donc, à ce niveau, il y a un accent particulier sur la préservation des écosystèmes ainsi que la gestion durable des ressources naturelles. Donc, c'est pourquoi le ministère de l'Environnement, du Développement durable et du Bassin du Congo, dans lequel j'évolue, met un accent particulier sur la gestion, la préservation des écosystèmes de tourbières. Alors, donc, je ne vais plus revenir sur l'intégration des tourbières dans les politiques, puisque hier, on avait parlé sur ça. Et je vais donc directement aller sur des progrès en matière de gestion durable des tourbières en République du Congo. Alors, les progrès, quand on parle des progrès, effectivement, qu'il me soit permis de parler de ce que le Congo a réalisé en termes d'action pour la protection, la gestion durable des tourbières. Nous avons d'abord, on peut noter la définition officielle de la tourbière qui a fait l'objet des recherches, des travaux scientifiques en République du Congo et dont les travaux ont été commis. La mission a été commise à l'université Marie-Ngouabi, dirigée par une mission dirigée par professeur Ifo, qui est connu de tous. Alors donc, nous avons également, donc, la définition a été adoptée et puis soumise au gouvernement pour approbation. Alors, nous avons également le renforcement du cadre juridique. Oui, effectivement, le cadre juridique en ce qui concerne en matière de gestion durable de tourbières est en cours de renforcement. Voilà, donc pour gagner du temps, je ne vais pas épiloguer sur la loi. Oui, effectivement, il y a des textes qui sont en cours de publication et puis les textes d'application. Nous avons également le renforcement du cadre de gouvernance. Le cadre de gouvernance, ici, a été renforcé par la mise en place de la task force scientifique et puis le comité consultatif sur la gestion durable des tourbières, ainsi que le comité, la plateforme des institutions intervenant dans les tourbières pour mieux organiser, assurer la cohésion et puis la synergie entre les organes. Alors également, il y a eu des travaux, sur la cartographie, la délimitation, la définition d'un statut juridique sur les tourbières et puis il y a un processus engagé en vue d'assurer la construction de l'Institut de recherche sur les tourbières avec nos amis du Japon. Je crois que M. Onaka est ici. Alors, sans plus tarder, je vais donc aborder le deuxième axe concernant la déclaration de Brazzaville. La déclaration de Brazzaville et puis la protection. La déclaration de Brazzaville et puis